Hello lovelies, this is Lesley and this is the Not Quite Enough Distance weekly vlog. Apologies for the mess over here. I'm taking advantage of the fact the room is set up for Zoom. I've closed the curtains and put that light on so that you don't get the daylight glare from the sun. That's the word. Not used to it. But I realise how untidy this room is, even by my usual standards. But I think when I'm zooming, because of where the camera is on my laptop, I don't think that shows. I hope. I'm about to get rid of those boxes anyway. They're not as good as they look. It's one of the middle-aged things, isn't it, that you keep hold of boxes thinking, but it's a really good box. Not needing to do that. Hope everyone's well. Thank you for all the comments, observations, thoughts. Let me know how things are with you. Same old here. Fair amount of work this week. And nothing's changing in the restrictions at the moment, so just working and crafting. So I'll try and show you the crafting stuff because it's more interesting than the working stuff. But I hope you're all keeping well, keeping safe. It's a place of kind of up and downs, the world at the moment, isn't it? But fingers crossed that everyone is doing okay. And yeah, I'll show you what I've been up to. Just general stuff. Oh, you can tell I'm a wordsmith, can't you? Hey ho, and I've just realised I'm not looking at the camera like I should be, because I'm doing this bit on my phone, because I seem to have 2 dead batteries for my camera, which is not clever. So I shall try and get a bit more with it as we go through the week. Hope springs. Rather unusually, I've been doing a bit of sewing with a needle and thread, well, some mending. I'm fond of a cotton shirt, as we know, and a few of them seem to have developed little holes, so I've been doing some repairs. I am not an embroiderer, as you are about to see. So this was my first attempt. I think it was going to start off being a heart, and then it looks a bit like a thong, actually. Yeah, Lee said soonest mended on that one. Here's the second one. It's just a little hole in the back of the shirt. And I'm not really looking to make these aesthetically terribly pleasing. What I just want to keep doing is keep these shirts in rotation. I tend to just wear them around the house. They're not for going out anywhere more exciting than a dog walk. So I'm not looking to make these terribly grand. This is a larger hole and I'm a little concerned about where this is in the shirt. They all seem to be in a similar area. There must be, I don't know if it's catching on like my seatbelt in the car or what it is, but I am worried that this is going to look like, well, a nipple, frankly, because of where it's placed. I drew a circle to do the kind of crossing satin stitch, and then realised that the pen I drew the circle in may not be washable. So I've just gone round with a bit of kind of rough chain stitch to cover up blue ink, essentially. Yeah, like I say, I'm not an embroiderer, but the hope is that this will stop the hole getting bigger and it will just keep the shirt wearable. And this time of year, it'll be under sweater anyway. So this is the last of the damaged shirts. And I'm really not sure what to do here. I think it might end up being a patch. Possibly a patch on the other side and then some visible mending on the outside. I think that might be my best route here. Because if I'm going to try and do sort of visible patterns like I've just done, then there's so much of this. I feel like I ought to be trying to, you know, replicate birds flying across the Serengeti or something, which clearly a little beyond my skill level. So I think a patch behind and then some nice crisscross. I don't mind that it's visible, but I just think that would be a better way of securing this area, a bit like I've done with jeans in the past. So that will be my next project, I think, for another day. Hello, lovelies. Now, Chevy Rail, among many others, is doing a new to you make along. And the idea is that you take a craft that you've not done before, or an aspect of a craft. Watching Chevy Rail's podcast at the weekend, she's crocheting a sweater for the first time. So, done a lot of crochet, never done a garment, that kind of thing. I decided to get me 25mm knitting needle out. I do have a pair of these, of course, and do some broomstick crochet. Well, that's the back of it. Here's the front, which looks much prettier. So I will record a bit now for the month-end podcast to talk more about it. Hello, lovelies. I showed you some repairs I was doing to some clothes over the weekend, some mending, and I ironed one of the shirts and I've worn it today. I was a little bit worried about the placement of the patch because of where the hole was on this particular shirt, but I think I've got away with it. As long as I wear a sweater. Well, hello, lovely people. I am hoping that you can hear me over the sound of the blowers. I'm currently trying to defrost the car. Very frosty morning, and I'm going to finish this week's video with some pictures of some of the frost because the patterns are just beautiful. They're like feathers in places and sort of mountainscapes, absolutely stunning. So yes, it's a chilly one here, but lovely and bright. It's Friday. We've made it to the end of another week, and not a bad one. Busy one, but not a bad one. So I hope you're all doing okay. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're able to keep safe, and that you have a good week ahead. I will see you next Friday. Also, next weekend will be podcast weekend, so I shall be giving out lots of prizes. I'm still waiting for one to arrive, but giving out lots of prizes, which is a fun thing to do. So yes, take good care of yourselves. I hope you can enjoy the things that you're doing. I hope that the stress of life isn't too difficult, and that you have a good week. And if you're not feeling too clever, just remember it is okay not to be okay. We are still in the midst of old rubbish, and if you are having a hard time with it, then you absolutely have my sympathy, and we're all going through ups and downs, I think. So if you can, if you're in the middle of a low period, if you can, remember that it's temporary and that better times will come again. Look after yourselves, keep well, thank you so much. See you next week. Cheers, bye bye.